Shalom. Brakati Hawa, Brakati Hawa Shai, Brakati Hawa, Brakati Hawa Shai, Brakati Hawa, Brakati Hawa Shai, Yahweh Shemi Hawa Shai, Brakatah. To y'all brothers out there, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom and salutations to you brothers out there pushing the word of truth and sincerity. Alright, I'm Rapal Maf, and today's video, I'm going to go into a quick topic on your thoughts, man. Check your thoughts constantly, man. Guess what? A good way to tap into understanding yourself, know thyself, right? As a saying goes, a good way to know yourself and understand yourself is to know that, be able to determine what you think, determine and discern your thoughts, man. Because we like to blame this, blame that, blaming the third, but in all actuality, sometimes the thoughts you think and the thoughts that cross your mind, which you allow to cross your mind, which seem normal to you and been normal to you all your life, they're negative as hell. And for that, you're negative as hell. A lot of us Jakes out here, man, we've been drinking this Babylon juice for so long. We got poor taste, we got bad quality of thought, we got poor, disobedient minds, and really negative things to say, and negative thoughts come across our mind, and we never check them. They keep coming and we never check them. And we like to constantly rag on somebody else and rag on others for the things they do and things they say, and we'll leave so many thoughts that cross our mind unchecked, man. All right? And so Proverbs 23:7 says, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." You see how your thoughts become reality in times? If a man continually talk about, yo, one day I'm gonna get locked up, man, or I'm gonna do something crazy out here, man, and I'm gonna be either dead or in jail. If somebody repeated that to you maybe 3 times a month, and eventually that happened to him, what would you say? You would say, well, he did say that. Some things is like self-fulfilled prophecies, which means self-fulfilled prophecies. Basically, you saying something negative all the time, or you saying whatever you say, it actually comes to pass because you called it. You knew it was going to happen. You sensed it, and you spoke it in. You spoke it out into existence, man. Basically, and so the scripture tell you, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. All right, eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. And so, if we really riding with Yahweh Shemi Hawa Shai, the scriptures tell you that all our thoughts should be in subjection unto him. Real quick, this is 2 Corinthians 10:5, casting down imaginations. Where's imagination? Start in your mind. And every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai. So what does this mean? In essence, your thoughts need to be in captivity, man. Your thoughts need to be subject to the obedience of Yahweh Shai. So if you think it's something negative, if you think it's something that's incongruent to the scriptures, if you think it's something that just has no production value, no uplifting value, no real true virtue to it, and you're thinking it in your mind, it's just as bad as if you spoke it, because you got to cast that down. You got to turn every thought and bring every thought into captivity and obedience under Yahweh Shai. So don't let nothing slip, man. Catch all your negative thoughts. Catch them all, man. And eventually what happens is you see, oh, man, damn, that's the problem, man. It ain't necessarily this guy or that guy. Sometimes they say you attract the people who are just like you. So if you could attract negative people to you, 9 out of 10, that's because you are the same way. Sometimes they have a term that's called or basically a term that states that people, it's a mirror effect, and people mirror you, so your energy is mirrored. And so if you're giving off negative energy and you see it, and the person's like chilling, they good, and then you come around, they kind of like dull and held back and withdrawn and saddened and sorrowful looking, because every time you around, that has a lot to do with your own energy, man. You're putting that energy. It's a mirror effect, and it works like that. And so as time goes on, you start seeing things, and you have to come to the ability to know that you you have a lot more power to be able to change that. The Lord wants you to put your thoughts into captivity. Romans 8:5 says, "For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit mind the things of the spirit." So what in turn does the Lord want us to do? Be more spiritual. So how can we mind the things of the spirit? By making sure that everything we think in our thoughts are more congruent with the scriptures. When they're not, we got to really crush on that. We got to really attack that. What is this negative energy that's working in me and inside me to make me always think this negative stuff, man? As soon as every negative thought, you got to check, man. I'm talking about myself first and foremost, man. I have to be in a position where I really evaluate what the hell I've been thinking for the last 15 minutes. You got to stop. You got to think, oh, okay, I thought that was a good thought. Okay, I thought I'm going to wake up this morning and attack something I wanted to learn with the stocks and try to work towards getting a little more cash on the side. That was a good thought. Or I woke up and I said to myself, I'm going to hit the gym and I'm going to work on this today. That was a decent thought. Or I woke up and said, I'm going to say my prayers to the Lord. That's a great thought. Or it could be vice versa. And in the midst of all of that, you had some negative thoughts. Like, y'all woke up and said, like, I hate something or other. It was unproductive as hell to be thinking that way. Or just negativity, man. You know how it goes, man. Or want and need, I wonder what these people are doing, or I wonder how these people think of me, or, all that conformity madness, man. All right? All that trying to be popular madness that floods your mind, all right? Because a lot of our mind is just flooded with this BS. Verse 6 says, to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So we want to get back to the point where we thinking more upon virtuous things, man, and clearing our mind of all this negative BS, man. Part of growing in this thing. Philippians 4:8 says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. It doesn't say nothing about negative. It doesn't say anything about deceitful. It ain't say nothing about treacherous. These is lovely, honest, things of good report, things of virtue. Come on, man, things of essence. Don't even share it out loud if it ain't got no purity and essence in it. And we shouldn't even be thinking it if it ain't got no purity and essence in it. So we just got to continue to pray and continue to work on ourselves so that we can accomplish getting our mind right, man. Psalms 139:17. How precious also are thy thoughts unto me, O power. How great is the sum of them. We got to work on our thoughts. We got to work on what the hell is crossing our mind half the time, man. Psalms 19:14. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. You see? It's all about getting right, man. Changing your mindset, man. Work on yourself. These are things that you can do every day. They don't cost you no money to go on YouTube or go online and research how to get. Then what comes after that? After you wipe some of these negative thoughts away, you be producing more, spending more time with positive thoughts, positive energy. And you start learning about how to create, how to bring up your self-esteem, how to bring up your motivation, something about self-efficacy, which is the attitude towards completing a new task. You learn how to get out of your comfort zone. You learn how to strive in different ways. You learn how to be smarter in really special traits and trades. You might even start, doing better at work, in which, your boss see it and he promotes you. Certain things happen, and we doing this all in humility, through the grace of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, who's merciful enough to give us this light, which we have, which is the knowledge of things to come and the knowledge of salvation, and then we're going to use them, man. So according to the scriptures, this is not going off to try to better your situation through bringing out, training your mind to do away with negativity. It's all a process in getting better, man. It's all a process and finding yourself, and really digging into yourself and seeing how better you can make your situation, man. Even though this is hell, this is not our rest, but yet and still, we don't gotta just accept every negative, void, demonic thought that comes across our mind, man. We can weed that out through the Spirit of the Lord to the best of our ability. And that's all we talking about, to the best of our ability. All right. And this video, by the way, was inspired by the brother Amon Gabar's video at Awakening 144, dealing with being an alpha man, thinking like a god. All right. So, you know, props to that brother. You know, and once again, all praises due to Yahweh Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah Ba Hashem, Rakak Shalom.